Greetings, fellow beings. Ho ho! It is, well, it's May 10th or 11th. It's the 11th. That's right. It's a Thursday. It's a thirsty Thursday. It's a thriving Thursday. It's a thunderous Thursday because, hey, you can check the throwdown over on Comics Division's channel later on this evening, and that'll be a good time. Of course, today is a Thursday, which means we have some bonus time, which I'm excited about. And of course, after this show, not too long after this show, you'll be able to catch the H-Cast on Mr. H Reviews channel. And unfortunately, I may not even be on the show today. If I am, it'll be late because I have stuff I got to do. But we do have bonus time. 30 minutes today. There's a poll in the field over there. If you want to let me know what you'd like to talk about, I would appreciate it. For those of you watching simulcast on Twitter and Rumble, thank you. I appreciate it. I look awfully red today. Whew. Oh, well. Anyway, let's say hi to each and every one of you. And there's a lot of you here this morning. It's good to see you. We've got Professor Haytien. We've got Critisible, the Rainbow Knight. There's Griffin. We've got the lovely Sherry. There's Liger Fan. Looks like we've got Captain Fandom Nerd. Good to see you, my friend. Darren Hughes, one of my great wrenches here, along with Captain Phantom Nerd and many others. We've got Gonzalo Bergali. We've got Dapper Bard Games, Josiah Robinson, and The Common Nerd, otherwise known as Jesse. What's up, bud? The Union of Amateur Strategists, another great wrench on the channel. We've got Theme Park Casual. What's up, TPC? Good to see you. There's Dave G Sound. Happy Thursday. The talented Andy Masterson is here as well. We've got Matt G. What's up, Matt G? OC Dobbins is here. I see somebody's on their cellular device because I'm watching the little emoticons fly through the chat. That is really cool. Let's see. Oh, Final Monkey is here. There's Shrap 3D getting his booty kicked by some work. And of course, Biggles Mets is here with a member chat saying, I'm here. And there's bonus time. Yay. Randall Orser joins us today. I think I already said hi to Matt G. There's nothing wrong with saying hi to Matt G more than once. The best mustache on YouTube is here. It's Channel Surf. Let's see who else is here. Oh, Fat Elvis. Good morning to you. Thanks for smashing that thumb. The rest of you can do that as well, whether you're on Rumble, Twitter, wherever. Thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. Let's see. Oh, Elizabeth Young has the coffee going. And speaking of going, there's Rod Thunderheart. Ho, love it. DS Ford is hanging out with us. We've got from across the pond a feature member, Olaf von S. Who else is rolling through the door? Let's see. Spaceship Vampire, what's going on? Andrew 46 and 2. John Puma is here. Tender Warrior 68. It is a thrilling Thursday indeed. Member chat from my friend Eternal Vigilance says, all hail at Culture Casino and chat. Indeed. The Mighty Warbots is here. I'm not sure I'm going to say that. James Dosher is here. Good to see you, James. Who else is rolling through the door? Blue Tiger is here repping the 199. We already know Disney is collapsing. Please give us news on the strike. Well, let's see what the vote turns out to be. Well, maybe we can get to two things. I only have about 30 minutes. And there's a lot of Disney news. John Gibson, what's going on? All night long. Sorry. Ram Bam 3000 is here. Let's see who else rolled in the door. Hey, it's Action Com. Let's get this party started. Indeed. Mephisto is here. Good to see you, buddy. Let's see who else popped in the door. A couple more folks like the Batcap and Toxic Dust 13. Howdy. Well, howdy to you. Willie. What's up, Willie? Hey, Rob Altus. Hope you're doing well. Vince Womack is here and so many more, but we have to go. I miss toxic femininity this week, too. A tipping barn. Tipping barn. Bonn, Georgia. Well, there you go. John Cipolla. Zavin, what is up? Ironcaster. Grim. Lots of fun. All right, folks, 6 minutes starts now. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, wherever you're and whenever you're watching. Thanks for checking out the 6 Minute Daily. We have a lot to talk about, not a lot of time to do it in. 20 stories in all, and we start with one on the screen for that very reason. Yes, Disney had a terrible day yesterday. Sort of. They reported some interesting numbers. Many of them were good, but still the numbers that the investors want to see, well, they're still headed the wrong direction. And we'll get to what that means for Disney because it's reflected in the stock price today. But basically, Iger comes out and says that cordial and constructive talks have been taking place with Comcast. Notice how those two words start with a C. And so does Comcast. Interesting alliteration there. But anyway, the whole point of this is that they have to acquire Hulu at this point. It was never on the table that they would sell it to Comcast or sell it to somebody else. That deal is just too sweet, and they desperately need to hang on to Hulu, so they're going to hang on to Hulu. Disney Plus lost subscribers, 2 million more. In fact, over 2 million more. And while the overall streaming losses in what basically the content spend came down considerably, it's still over $500 million. And they're trying to move forward, including improving their ARPU, which if they lose more customers in India, they'll do because it doesn't cost anything in India to own Disney Plus. But you're going to see Hulu and Disney Plus combined, or at least the content combined on their own platform, but they'll be divided up into two pieces. This is all something that we knew was going to happen. So Disney Plus and Hulu are going to have content cuts. That's part of their maturation process. No, it means that you can't afford to make the stuff anymore. Of course, that didn't prevent Iger from taking a swipe at DeSantis yesterday, saying something about a false narrative. You mean like the securities fraud that you may allegedly be involved in there, Iger? Because let me tell you, you keep referring to RCID as us and Disney, and they're supposed to be two separate entities. But the price took a dump. Targets drop. Lots of things were happening. Steaming profit is too far away for investors to feel comfortable about. And despite the fact that some analysts said some positive things, most analysts are down on Disney right now, downgrading them. And I bring this story up because Endemol Shine used to be owned by Disney, by the way. It came to them via the Fox purchase, but they sold it off to Banjai. Anyway, Endemol Shine is suing eOne over Hell on Wheels profit participation because guess what? eOne did not report the tax credit breaks that they got, so they made the production seem like it cost more money than it actually did. That's bad. You have more executives falling at Paramount Global. Jenny Tartikoff is stepping down. She was there for, I think, less than 2 years. The EVP of Global Communications just is out. There's a decent chance that she gets picked up by somebody else in the very near future, but Paramount's going to continue to shed executives going forward. Unscripted TV narrative that is being talked about right now by the people that are pro-WGA is that, well, it's not going to be as good as it was last time there was a writer's strike. I would say it's already been as good, if not better, because you've seen the extension of the seasons for a lot of these unscripted shows, including Survivor, which is probably the most famous. And I'm going to push back on this because there was a lot of reporting before the strike that this was going to be something of a windfall for the networks because they could lean into unscripted. The BBC plans to help out ladies in another dive into pandering identity politics because ladies face the severe financial hardship of paying their license fee. How about you don't have a license fee? Then you wouldn't have to worry about it. But the BBC content chief knows that the funding squeeze is on and is warning the staff that they're in great jeopardy. Yeah, that's fancy words for saying you're going to get layoffs. Kaitlan Collins got absolutely destroyed last night. That was on purpose. They were setting her up because they're going to give her the 9 o'clock hour at CNN, and they just set her to the wolves with Trump, which all of the pundits out there, all of the super lefty neo-Marxists out there are railing at CNN and Chris Licht and the fact that this happened. They should also be railing at the fact that they had to cut it short by 30 minutes because they were getting clocked. A Delaware judge is going to allow Facebook to be sued, finally, over the data privacy breaches. So you're going to see that case move forward. Italy's antitrust watchdog is going after Apple for their marketplace, which is anti-competitive. The stock market, as I mentioned before, is headed downward, and Disney and banks are leading the charge. Disney's down substantially this morning, and, well, you got to love that. Bank of England has raised the UK interest rates to the highest level since 2008. That's not good news. 3 U.S. companies were caught in the act of manipulating things and have to pay a fee of $615,000. I will dive more into that during bonus time. Ryan Reynolds and Snoop Dogg are looking at buying the Ottawa Senators. And finally, a German man was rescued from the woods after a adult game goes awry. He was screaming for help and just happened to be noticed by a cyclist and a hunter because he was naked, tied to a tree, with pantyhose over his head. He'd been there for a while. Very strange. Anyway, be sure to take care of yourself. Take care of others. Wash your hands, of course, because it's good hygiene. And until next time, bonus time.
Thanks for visiting today. Be sure you're subscribed and hit that for alerts.
Yay!
Of course, like and share all of the videos that you can, as it helps with the algorithm. Have a great day.
All right. Maybe the last time with this members thing, because it's being updated because we keep adding more members. To those of you watching on Twitter, thanks for hanging out, but we're going to have some bonus time, so stay right here. Same with the folks on Rumble. And for those of you here on YouTube, well, yeah, we're just going to go another 30 minutes. So this is becoming an increasingly misnamed show. I don't know what to do about it. I probably won't do anything about it, because that's just how I'm wired. So we got a super chat coming up. A few other folks were chatting away during the stream. But I just want to say thanks. Thanks to all of you who are here. Thanks to all of these wonderful members. And thanks for those of you watching on the replay. Hit that thumbs up. Make some comments if you're watching on a replay. And let me know you were here. I think it looks like we're going to be focused on Disney's downward trajectory for bonus time. Don't go anywhere. Bonus time starts now. And there we go. All right. And I'm less red, so apparently that camera needs to be re-white balanced. But hey, it is what it is. Ah, man, what a day. Woo, 20 stories. We were cooking with gas. Yeah, that's an old phrase. That just dated me a lot. All right, let's end this poll. For those of you who don't know what the poll or where the poll is, it's on the YouTube side of things. Hopefully Rumble will employ that as well if they haven't already. And Twitter, I got to figure out how to make use of that. You know what? I'm going to need a live show producer. I got to talk somebody into doing that. But thanks for being here, everybody. Let's jump right into the poll. We're ending the poll. And the poll says 83 votes in. Thank you. Disney's downward trajectory wins with writer's strike in second place. Let's do the writer's strike stuff if we have time. All right. I'm going to quickly copy and paste gifted subs and a member chat. Matt G sends a member chat saying Mandy Summers is still on hiatus. It sucks. It does suck. I hope she comes back soon. Kind of a little bit bummed out by what happened to her. Not really going to go into that on the stream, but that's her story to tell. We have a new merchandise store coming online at the end of the month. I'm going to be handing out a bunch of stickers and stuff at the June meetup in Dallas. And to folks who haven't received the poker chip, I should have about 100 of those to give away, provided my order comes in. And there will be some merch on sale, focusing on premium hats. So there you go. And yes, we have bonus time indeed. All right. Let's see. My good friend Eric K is going to be out for a little bit. So I'm looking forward to seeing him on his return. It's good to see Paulie here. Pretty nice to see him here. I know we had WDW Pro here yesterday. Lots of great humans and other beings stopping by to say hey. All right, let's get into this. Let's start with our first Disney story. Disney was always going to have to buy Hulu. I always considered the idea that they would be able to part with it a joke. I mean, it's something that was an unserious statement being said by him and others because they're 3/4 deep into it. They weren't really leaning into the service because they didn't want to pay the price that they're going to have to pay for it. The minimum of $9 billion at this point, probably a little bit more, but it's negotiable. So Comcast could cut them a deal. Hard to say. I do know that there's a lot at stake when it comes to this. Hulu is one of the oldest streamers out there, other than Netflix. They were the first to lean into, the commercial stuff and everything else. They have a pretty good model, but Disney wasn't investing in them because they still had that Comcast tail that they just couldn't dock. And now, well, they're just going to have to suck it up and buy them. We got some super chats I'll get to right now, and then we're going to jump further into these stories because this is important. Disney's now basically going to write up another $9 billion check on things that they really don't have. It's kind of like the Fox deal all over again. But our good friend Pino Shays Helicopter Tours for $5 says, if a rider strike happens in the woods and nobody is around to care, does it make a sound? And has anything of value been actually lost? I think not. I agree with you, my friend. And for that, you're going to get an extra special clip here. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, that's really all I got. Thanks for your being kind and supporting the channel. Yeah.
Thanks again. I appreciate it. We have another super sticker from our good friend Darius Munchausen to make sure that I am properly coffeed, which I am. Sip of coffee for the working man. I feel better now. We got Mexican Iron Man here for $4.99. Hey, what's up, Mikey? Says, new show, Culture in the Mouse, live stream where Culture Casino engages in celebrity deathmatch with Mickey Mouse in the UFC octagon. Fight! Well, I could do that in Minecraft. No, but seriously, that's not a half bad idea. I'm wrestling with the Mad Mouse. I do want to say thank you to our good friend Captain Phantom Nerd for gifting a Culture Casino membership. I appreciate that, my friend. And I already read the member chat from Matt G. But we have some spectacular news, which I will get to in just a moment. But I owe for those two for the super chat and the super sticker, I owe 2 clips. So I'm going to throw that at you guys right here. I'm going to split the difference.
You get to give money to a organization that sends food to children in other countries. You could have given $3 to a bum on the street. But instead, you decided to give $3 to the guy that looks like a bum. Thank you for your generosity.
Thank you. Indeed. I appreciate it. But good news, like I said, always travels. Dermy Wormy for $2 says, I hit 1K. Congratulations, my friend Dermy Wormy. Keep it up. Love hanging out with Dermy Wormy on shows. Dermy Wormy's got a great channel. A lot of fun and occasionally embarrassing. So it's a good time. I like it when people are willing to be available for criticism. Let's just say it that way. CNN got destroyed by Trump. Yeah, man, it was crazy. I can't even believe that they pulled that out. That was very, very wild. Don't be fooled. The Germans get up to some kinky stuff. Thank you, Ramban. What's up, Jacob Ironside? Good to see you. Another wonderful being there's Sonder Hammerschlag. It's Miller time. Well, let me tell you. I'm not going to change the name, Griffin. I know. I'm definitely keeping the name. So. Oh, wow. The Bat Cap's going to a graduation. Congratulations, the Bat Cap. That's awesome news. Let's see. I'm trying to catch up with you guys so I can jump on more of this Disney stuff. Man, I'm not there. Dormy Wormy, a clip. Let me do that.
No, look at this little super chat right there. He's so cute and small. Get it?
For $2, Pinochet's helicopter tour says, "Can I be executive producer at work when you're live?" Well, I'm going to need somebody on the board. We'll figure it out. I just want to be a little more efficient at doing these the bonus time streams, because one man show is a challenge. But thank you for the super chat.
Wow, still only the $2. Huh.
Banana Dave, what's up, Banana Dave? All right, let's get to work. So the Hulu story is just the beginning. It's the tip of the iceberg. When you watch somebody like WDW Pro, Valiant, Renegade, and all that, they give you kind of an in-depth look into what's going on, and they've been doing great stuff when it comes to the RCID, Brady Creek Improvement District. Yeah, when it comes to that, and its conversion to the Central Florida Tourism District, or whatever it got renamed to. Weirdness, but none of this would be happening at Disney if everything had gone according to plan. They originally planned to grow Disney Plus so that coming up here very quickly, the end of this year, they would already be seeing a profit with Disney Plus, because they were buying into this crazy idea that they would be able to make a bunch of money with streaming. And honestly, that hasn't worked out so well. They really had an upside when it comes to parks, products, and experiences. I want to analyze that a little bit. Yes, you had a gain there, but the gain was less than the inflation during that quarter. I'm not kidding. This is happening more frequently, and not enough people are paying attention to it. Inflation is beating the gains made by these corporations, which people look at and they take as verbatim, "Well, this is profitable. They're ahead of last year." No, they're not, because with price increases and everything else, and mind you, Disney's increasing prices like crazy, just like everybody else. There's not really additional profit to be had, or to be found, or being generated. The company itself reduced its losses by 26%. Yeah, but that still means they lost over $500 million in the quarter on streaming. They also closed the quarter down 4 million subscribers. Down 4 million subscribers. And they lost a bunch, about 8% on Hotstar, Disney Plus Hotstar, which is in India. And that's why their ARPU was artificially buoyed. I guess it's not artificial, but when you're only paying 70 cents for Disney Plus versus paying $14 for Disney Plus, there's a huge difference there. So when you lose a bunch of low-end revenue generation, your average revenue per user is going to go up, because you just dumped a bunch of low-tier users. I hate to say it that way, but it's just the truth. It just sounds offensive. But they posted diluted earnings of 93 cents per share, down from $1.08 which was the same quarter a year ago under somebody else's leadership. The total revenue increase was 13%. But again, revenue is not profits. Revenue went up. Profits didn't keep pace with inflation. And this is going to continue to happen. Even with a 17% gain in revenue, and a 23% rise in operating income for the parks, you're still not doing the best, which is why you're seeing a lot of changes at the Disney parks right now, which include, a relaxation of the rules for park hopping and a whole lot of other things that are on the horizon. It's why you just saw the return of the ability to buy annual passes at Disney World. There's a lot of reasons for this. Disney is not doing well. I mean, that's just the way it is. And Evil Ramen is correct. Inflation is caused by a generations long policy of governmental interference in economy. And that's true. And that's why you're seeing the return of right? Remember the housing crisis? Well, you're seeing the return of that whole mechanism as well. This is a whole lot of things hitting all of these industries at once. Yeah. And the biggest loss was in India, indeed. This is a good question. Why are Legos so expensive? Yeah, they're just polyvinyl blocks or ABS blocks, I guess. Yeah, it doesn't make sense why they're expensive, to be fair. Yeah, earnings reports are shell games. That's probably the nicest way to say that. Indeed. I'm scrolling through the chat to make sure I'm not missing anything. I think somebody said they're having a birthday soon. I missed who it was. Disney from magic to tragic. That's nice. Yeah, it's ABS. That's what I thought. Yeah. The 199 says Titan. Indeed. I noticed Jeremy rebranded his show to Cobra Cast 199. I think that's pretty good. He's a pretty smart guy. And look, we've all been saying Disney has to remove redundancy to become more profitable. So again, breaking this down a little further, they really needed to just have one streaming app and just have one price and build some value into it. So you're going to see Hulu and Disney share one app, and then eventually everything's going to be kind of combined into one. It has to be. It has to be. It's the only way to remove redundancy. You can eliminate a whole lot of content bosses. You can eliminate a whole lot of executive positions. You can eliminate a whole lot of underlings. You can eliminate entire levels of advertisement and all other things. There is zero reason to not combine everything to save money. The only reason that it stayed the way, or they wanted to keep it this way, is so they could sell different ads on different platforms and bring in revenue that way. It doesn't seem to be working out for them financially. So there's that. Olaf Von S's birthday is next week, 5/16. Excellent. Well, remind me then. What's up, G-Dog? Legos are expensive because it costs around $5,000 per molding plate. Really? No. That will move Hulu price up. Indeed. Basically, it's just a way to force you into a bundle. That's all this is. And they have to do it. They have to. Their advertisement is not winning the day for them. And the fact that they moved so rapidly away from linear television and its delivery systems is very, very costly for them. Very, very costly for them. And you're right, Spaceship Vampire. Get woke, go broke. Well, it doesn't help that people are turning away from their content. I mean, if you look at, even the really decent film, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, which Thunderduck saw in IMAX 3D, those numbers are still very disappointing. It may have some legs, though. The projected fall off this weekend is less than I would have anticipated. But even with a 50% fall off, it's going to fall short of being profitable, unless it somehow, pulls a Top Gun Maverick or a Mario. I just can't imagine. But Disney just is piles and piles of problems. And that's why you're also seeing, and again, these are stories we covered during the 6 Minute Daily, but it's important to note that they literally have to cut content. They have to cut content. Have to. They say it's part of the maturation process. I say it's because nobody's watching the expensive junk that they're making. Nobody's watching it. Why are you making stuff nobody's watching? You serve up the catalog that you have, but that's never, Disney Plus has never done that. Disney Plus has promised that. Iger promised that back when they were getting ready to launch, and he promised that when he was selling the service in 2019 at one of the massive Disney events. I think it was Destination D, or maybe it was the Disney Expo. Anyway, he was promising that this was going to give you everything in the Disney catalog. It never did. Never did. Willie, 7 months member. Thank you, my friend. Says, how much is studios moved to streaming because of people? I think it was a forced thing. I mean, everything in technology development in the last probably, and this is a conversation I never thought I'd be having here. Everything when it comes to that is driven by control. Though all the technology, a lot of the technology improvements that we've had recently are about varying forms of control. Digital releases in place of physical releases created a different system of control. It also meant that the library that you had could be removed from you at any point in time if all you had was digital. Let me tell you, people on Amazon and a few other places have lost the ability to stream things that they purchased. Well, that's going to be a problem going forward. People are starting to realize that that's a technology control. There's a lot of technology control, technological innovations, self-driving vehicles, for example. Well, it's great. Sure. It's helpful. Maybe it prevents some accidents. I don't know. It doesn't seem to make a difference either way at the moment. But at the same time, you have kill switches in cars now. You have the ability to basically self-drive it to, maybe the police station or whatever. It's you have varying levels of things that can now be used to control you. Biometrics is now going to be utilized as a form of control. Things like that. You've entered a dystopian future, all at the rise of all this technology. Technology can always be used as something good or something bad, but streaming is no different. It's a form of control. It's a control of media. If Disney has all of their stuff there and they no longer sell physical media, the only place to see Disney stuff is on the Disney Channel, Disney, their streaming app, whatever. Same thing with sports. If you want to watch sports, it's in very near future, you're going to have to be subscribed to this whatever sports streaming services are that have the sports that you want. So to be fair, there's that. Hopefully I answered some of that question, but like I said, I mean, or I went off on a tangent, Willie. But like I said, I don't think this was driven by people, because I don't think that anybody would have suggested we needed anything other than Netflix for streaming. Streaming was like a bonus. And the way it worked was a content spend came from all the other studios, and everything was corralled in one location for everybody to watch, or two if you count Hulu in the equation. Now we're going to need, we're going to need to cut back substantially. Like I said before, I mean, content cuts are just the beginning. I mean, it's time to grow up. Interesting title. It is what it is. Oh, thank you, Southern Belle, for the hair compliment. Culture Casino. Did you get the 10 gifted memberships from Darren Hughes? Holy cow, Darren. Goodness gracious. That's terribly generous, my friend. I didn't even see that. Thank you so very much for the 10 gifted Culture Casino memberships. Look at all those new green names. Thank you, Darren Hughes. You get a clip. Holy cow. Let's see. Oh, you get that. Let's get, you know what? You're a gold mine.
I see you have money.
Want to take me on a date?
Thank you very much, Darren. That was very, very generous. I appreciate it. But you're going to, yeah, to continue on with that conversation, you're going to continue to see, things fall off left and right. You see things fall off left and right when it comes to these streaming shows. Disney knows how badly the Obi-Wan series was received. They know how badly Mandalorian season 3 was. They know how badly a lot of the stuff that they've produced has been received. You can't afford to do that. There's no money in losing money like that, hand over fist. Hey, what's up, JT Gunn? Yes, it is bonus time indeed. Let's see. We have a few other folks here. Wait till people start using the genitals to open cars. That's going to be crazy. Hey, look, there seems to be no penalty for doing a lot of things in public we used to not be able to do. So people are crazy. Oh, I saw. Is Jerry Minosa here? I didn't see. Yeah, thanks, Matt G, for promoting Odyssey. I see Jerry. Everybody saying hi to Jerry. There's Terry Rose. Hey, what's up, Terry? From a stock perspective, these entities are still a hold, in my opinion. Well, it's at best. At best. We'll see. There's a pretty decent fall today. That stock hit was substantial. Early this morning, anyway. I mean, Disney dropped 8% this morning in early trading. A lot of the bank stocks took a massive hit too. So yeah. Darius Munchausen for $5 says streaming is now in the chaotic phase of the bifurcation diagram. Yes. Yeah, that's a great way to put it, Darius. Indeed. It's very chaotic. I think at the end of the day, and we've talked about this, and I know Mexican Iron Man and Valiant and Pro and Jonas and everybody kind of had these conversations. I know Lil Chad and a few others have had these conversations where you're going to end up with 2 or 3 major streamers and a lot of little minor ones, and all the studios will have to go back to creating content and selling it off. Netflix is going to stay where it is as king, but yeah. Anyway, here's your super chat. So there you go. Yeah. Wow, I'm way behind. Way behind. I'm sorry about that. Pinochet's helicopter tours for $2 says, reminder, kids, government control of economy equals socialism. Yes, it does. Yeah. Thank you for that, my friend. I appreciate it.
Well, $2. You must be super generous for a Dutch person.
What, we'll have a coupon day or something.
Well, there you go. We got a coupon day. Thank you, Pinochet. I appreciate it, my friend. I appreciate it. Hey, what's going on, Becky? Good to see you. Double back again says CC's in a bind. He is way behind. That's very true, and it rhymes. MK Ultra's here. What's up? Have you watched Critics Court? Yes, I did. I listened to it yesterday while I was hand building a redwood door. So, holy cow! Big Daddy MRI drops 10 culture casino memberships. My goodness. Thank you so very much, Big Daddy MRI. Very generous indeed. Thank you, Gonzalo Bergali, for letting me know that. And you get the cheese wheel, my friend.
Oh, man, that's some sweet cheddar. Guys. Yeah.
Whoa, Big Daddy MRI says, wife and I got deathly ill last night, fever 101, and we just knew we were going to die. Feeling a little better this morning. Well, good. I don't want you to die. I want both of you to be around for a long time. Oh, my. But thank you for the generosity, my friend. And I'm glad you're on the road to recovery. Stay hydrated, please. Hydration. Yeah. What's up, B5 guy? We have a lot of generous folks here. Yeah. I am also glad you're feeling better. Indeed. Thank you there, Andy. Yeah. The cheese factor. Yes. Oh, man. You guys are great. Thanks once again. I appreciate Matt G gifted a Culture Casino membership. My goodness. Thank you, Matt G. Matt G. Here, this is just a chide. It's for fun.
Wow, it looks like I just found your house back there. Ya bum.
Hey, TZ Burton is over on Rumble. Thank you for that. A few folks are over there as well, so appreciate it. Merde, says Sander Hammerschlag. Yes, that's my French. Anyway, you guys are the best around. Nothing's ever gonna be. Yeah, now that's gonna be stuck in my head all day. That's all right. Worst songs could be stuck there. All right, but anyway, like I said, they're gonna have to do a content cut, and there's no getting around it. They're gonna have to stop spending like a drunken sailor in port chasing the ladies, or what they think are ladies. Whew. Anyway, and the last thing you would want to do if you're Iger is to take shots at Governor DeSantis again, but he can't help himself because he fancies himself a politician, and he has decent political chops. But he's saying there's retaliation over the parental rights bill. Mind you, they still are saying this. This is how you know just how filthy all of PMC's magazines, digital outlets, whatever you want to call them, are. Because they're still using this and not the proper bill. But it's the biggest problem is that Iger keeps drawing a direct line between Disney and RCID. And you can't do that. And he's done it and said we and all of that. It's been very bad. He keeps saying it. Yes, Disney should pay their fair share of taxes just like Universal and everybody else. Yes, you make a lot of money, and yes, your tax bill is going to be higher. $1.1 billion in taxes from Disney, not a surprise. I would imagine in California, those tax bills are as high, if not higher. Sorry, Bob. It just isn't. That's not going to sell with investors, especially when they see that you could allegedly be in big trouble for securities fraud. I think there was a great video by WDW Pro, Mike, Mexican Iron Man, and I want to say was either Andrew or VR. But anyway, it was just the other day, and I've been watching so much of WDW Pro's content that it gets kind of mixed up in my brain as to who's actually on which video. But they did a wonderful job breaking this down and pointing out that, the minute you go to sell bonds and you're not in a legal position as a business to do it as a civic entity, you can, like a district, but Disney and RCID could not be one and the same. And they've got massive issues. I mean, there's conflict of interest all over the place that's been described by Andrew from Legal Mindset and all kinds of other problems. These things are real. And as far as the case goes, even the one that they've updated recently, Disney has no case. It's a delay tactic. That's all. Yeah, Legal Mindset. Yeah, Legal Mindset does a great job. Andrew's awesome. Yeah, Bob. For the sake of the SEC listeners, what exactly is Disney relationship to RCID? Yeah, because you keep saying we, right, Troy? They're screwed. Again, screwed. But it was very well done. Yeah, it was Andrew. Thank you, Black. Yeah. Okay. But it was great. I loved it. And again, Andrew's one of those guys. he's in the perfect place at the perfect time in the perfect group of channels. Let's just be fair, because he breaks everything down so well. And he just happens to be an expert in Florida districts because it's what he did. It's amazing. Yeah. So basically, Disney has standing in the federal case if it also admits to securities fraud. It wouldn't even give they can't they can't even have legal standing there. Because it would mean they've been operating illegally for 60 years. And again, this is something else Andrew said probably in one of his own videos or live streams, that they exclude actual communities that are built on Disney property. They exclude them from RCID. Golden Oak is an example of that. Celebration is an example of that, because they don't want to take the risk that the people, the residents there, start to change the way things are operated in their own little private city, which as a corporation, you're not allowed to have. It's going to get them in serious trouble. I'm surprised they're not already. Yeah, I don't think they have any standing in any of their cases, but it is what it is. Jerry Mendoza says, all I can say is jinkies. That's right. Look, I haven't been a fan of Robert Iger in a long time. I think he's destroyed Disney. I mean, we haven't seen the full effects of it yet, but we're watching it. This is a sustained and slow collapse. This is like watching a train or a car crash in super slow motion, right? With like, a 240 megahertz refresh rate or something. It's crazy. But OCP had Detroit. Yeah, it's true. The Hindenburg. Well, there you go. Yeah. Man, aluminum dust. What an interesting scientific fact to find out about the Hindenburg. Anyway. Feliato asks, has Iger done anything good? Yes, initially he did. When he came in, he kind of reversed some of the last 3 to 5 years of what Eisner had allowed to happen. Because Eisner was great, and then he lost his creative partner. Again, Disney's always best run when you have two people that are like equal measure of each other. So there's a balance, between finances and creativity. You have a good financial mind that'll push back on the creative when the creative wants to spend gobs of money. Well, Iger, when he came in, kind of reversed some of the stuff that Eisner had done and reestablished some other things, and then started to go on a buying spree. Early on, this is a big problem, and this is a conversation that I think Paul Chatto is really good at having. And I've experienced this in my personal life. When a big company buys a smaller company because of what the smaller company is capable of, whether it be creative or whatever it happens to be, but that little company has its own culture, and that culture is what makes that little company very successful. So, like, you could use the example of Pixar, or I think that's actually something that was done in the on the Film Threat channel for the court thing that they did. But it could be said about Marvel. It could be said about any of the entities, anybody that Disney's acquired. If you leave it alone and let the people who created that culture and run that thing just continue to run that thing and keep that culture intact, you'll be successful, which is why Pixar was as successful as it was for as long as it was. It was so successful, in fact, and the culture was so good that they took Lasseter, who was running Pixar, and pulled him into Disney Animation, so that he was now head of 2 animation studios simultaneously. And while quality started to slip just a tiny little bit because that creative mind wasn't focused solely in one location, you still were ending up with very high quality products. Excuse me, my allergies are bad. High quality products coming out of those entities. Well, the minute you start to strip away the thing, the culture, the thing, the magic sauce that makes that company good at what it does, that makes it successful, makes it grow the best tomatoes, right? You go here to buy the best tomatoes on the planet, right? You're a restaurateur and you know where the best tomatoes are. Well, let's say that restaurateur liked those tomatoes so much that he bought the tomato farm. And then you end up in a situation where now the restaurateur's culture starts to permeate into the successful culture of the tomato farm, and maybe the tomatoes don't taste as good anymore. And that's kind of what's happened with everything, because now you have all this woke culture stuff, all this neo-Marxism and anti-family, anti-West, anti-America, pro-globalism, pro one world government stuff that's just kind of leached its way through all the activists that they've hired and basically replaced the key elements that made all of these different IP centers successful. I know that's oversimplification, but that's kind of how it happens. It happens in every company. It doesn't matter if it's a creative company like Disney or, Hewlett Packard. That's what it is. That's what it is. Hey, Pink Panther is here. Good to see you. Sorry, I went on lengthy there. I apologize. Action Com, I will never forgive Eisner for canceling the 2000 Leagues Under the Sea ride. Yeah, that was a real bummer. But hey, you got Little Mermaid now, which is going to get a facelift, guys. You're going to get new made over Ariel at some point in the future. You don't think it's going to happen? Yeah. And this is a true statement, Papana. The culture is no longer intact. This worries me, and it worries me as well. The magic jelly. Well, there you go. Yeah, it's the super secret sauce. The super secret sauce. The guy who made Anastasia left Disney. Yep. Well, consider this. I mean, the minute you kicked Lasseter out the door, you didn't see an immediate decline in Pixar and Walt Disney Animation simultaneously. Of course you did. Of course you did. Bluth, when the Bluth was kicked out, and he went on and started his own company, started whooping Disney, just like what Illumination Studios is doing now with Universal. I mean, consider this. Disney is maybe third-rate animation now. I mean, the animation's okay, but as far as like critical and audience reception, Disney's third-rate. And they're so third-rate that they've let it permeate into their live action films, which again now are basically mostly animated. I mean, let's be fair. I mean, with all the CGI elements and pretty much everything Disney does, whether it be Marvel or Star Wars or anything else, like the Little Mermaid remake. I mean, that's all computer animation. It's all computer background. It's all animated. Third rate. My weave looks really good. Well, thank you, Big Daddy Amaran. Thanks once again for the memberships. For everybody who gifted memberships today, I truly appreciate it. As do the people who received them. Now I have to go back and re-update the membership list, but that's a good problem to have. That culture has become tainted. Yeah, that's probably the right way to say it. Yeah. Little Mermaid already had the thing in MGM Hollywood Studios. Yeah, that was such a great attraction, right? That was a live show with the marionettes and puppets and stuff. It was well done. That's crazy. Pixar isn't what it used to be. Exactly, Jerry Mendoza. Yep. Dragon's Lair is Don Bluth's best work. Yeah. I really don't know what happened. Actually, I do know what happened. But again, it all comes down to culture and how basically by replacing the elements that make a culture successful, you destroy the thing that made it work. I mean, it's like swapping out motors on a supercar with something more efficient. Well, it's not going to be the same motor. The car was designed around all of these parts. It could be argued that's one of the reasons why Star Wars is never going to work again, because none of those parts exist. But the people that understand how the car worked, they try to come in, rebuild the car as it used to be, but you still have all these other elements that are counter to that. They hate it. They hate the very thing that they're hired to do. They hate, so they want to change it. Well, it's no longer the thing that. If you change it, it's no longer the thing that you hate and the thing that was very popular with everybody else. I mean, it's not rocket science here. Anyway, activists who were never fans or even consumers are driving the direction of media companies. This is true. From comics to sci-fi to family entertainment. That's the root of the problem. 100%. Yep. That's not even opinion. That's just a fact. Oh, shoot. I need to get going. We are almost at an hour. I'm sorry, guys. I really wanted to go longer for bonus time, but I really only had 30 minutes, and I've already exceeded that. Yeah, also, yeah, Don Bluth did Space Ace. All those were just amazing. Sorry, just incredible. Oh, yeah, Space Ace and Dragon's Lair. Man. InBev had their stock downgraded by HSBC. That boycott is working. Yeah, and not only that, it's inspired other boycotts. You know, not that those other boycotts are going to be as big as. Look, I'm sorry, a few bars that cater to LGBT boycotting Anheuser-Busch products is nothing compared to thousands of bars that are experiencing this boycott in real time. So sure, you can lose the 0.25% of 0.5%, you know, and that'll have some effect. But when you lose 25, 30%, it's a different conversation entirely. But it is working. And you're going to see that continue to grow. I don't think anybody's going to go out, and it's happening on all Anheuser-Busch InBev products, not just Bud Light. So there you are. Elemental is trash, and Kraken looks great. I'm going to go see Kraken. I think it looks good. That'll be a family adventure. So, oh, yeah, guys, I gotta go. I'm already very late. Disney's too big to fail. It's easy to chop stuff up. And again, if they can actually if the state of Florida can go after them for fraud, and then you get the SEC and some other people there for securities fraud going after them, it's not too big to fail. The government always wins. Government always wins. Yeah, the distributors are really paying for it right now. The bars just sell other beverages. I mean, you're seeing it work. And yes, the boycott has affected the other beverage brands from Anheuser-Busch, like Busch Beer and Budweiser Proper and all their other stuff. Right? I don't buy any of it anymore. Nothing that's associated with Bud. Not that matters. But I got to go. Seriously. You guys are amazing. I really appreciated all the support today. You are absolutely the best. I'm gonna give you the one last super thing because you guys deserve it.
Wow, it's generous. I don't really get that kind of money, but glad you do. So thanks.
And I do appreciate it. One more time with the credits so I can say see ya. And then we will see you on Friday. Hopefully, you guys check out Thursday Night Throwdown. And Mr. H's Hcast is coming on in an hour and 20 minutes. So do tune into that. It'll be good. Hopefully, I can make it there late. All right, guys. Credits coming up. And I got to update them. Anyway, so I got more to work on the update, but I'm not complaining. I appreciate each and every one of you. Dalu's in the house. Good to see you, my friend. A few other folks I didn't get a chance to say hi to. Blue Tiger says, drink Blue Light. There you go. Randall Orser Toodles, indeed. Gunner, take care. Oh, yeah. Stello Artois. You know what? Yingling is really good, by the way. Hey, hello, Dave. Don't eat the yellow snow, says Rambam 3000. Indeed. Bucky Cat says Bud Brand. No, thank you. Have a great day, everybody. See ya.